of allowing people to see the world through other people's eyes right now. And it was born through, I had a trip to Istanbul in late 2013, and the Taksim Square protests were happening in Gezi Park. And I remember thinking to myself, is it safe for me to go there? Because I was planning on traveling to Istanbul. And what I really wanted to see was a picture or a live feed of what it looked like on the street that my hotel was on. And what it made us realize is, wouldn't it be amazing to essentially have this teleportation device that would allow us to see what was happening anywhere through someone's eyes?
And it's had an amazing takeoff. It's been very popular, but where do you see its future? It's been very popular with some of my colleagues, for example. Is it going to replace broadcast news?
I don't see it as replacing broadcast news. I see it as very much complementing broadcast news. Some of the best storytellers there are correspondents such as Sky's very own Mark Stone, and these folks are trained to tell stories in very powerful ways. And they traditionally have done so through the written medium on television, but now with mobile devices, you can tell stories and attract an audience through mobile devices and get people where they are in their pockets. And so I think that's what really compels me about the feature of news and journalism through Periscope. There's lots of other use cases that I think make Periscope charming, whether you're watching Roger Federer walk on the grounds of Wimbledon from his practice court to center court, as he showed us last week, or whether you're watching your nephew's first footsteps, and have your family and friends watching along. That, I think, is the power of Periscope, is it takes you there into stepping into someone's shoes, and not just experiencing it live, but also interacting with the broadcaster. That's what makes Periscope different than television is. Viewers can say something, and 2 seconds later, the question they ask gets answered, and that interactivity is what makes Periscope special, I think.
Have you got the right partnership and platform for this, though? Because you talk about interactivity there. Surely you'd be better off with Facebook than Twitter.
Well, no. I mean, the thing about Twitter is the definitive source of live. I think of, even before my company was acquired by Twitter, I mean, when there's an earthquake, or I hear it loud, like I was in San Francisco, I remember very distinctly, 4 years ago, I was in my old office and I heard this loud bang. It sounded like an explosion, and instinctively what I did is I searched San Francisco explosion. And I think that's how you ask a lot of people what Twitter is, and maybe they give you different answers, but that's the one thing people realize about Twitter is it is the source of live. It is giving you a pulse of what's happening around the world right now. And the funny thing is that's what Periscope is, just through live video rather than 140 characters. And that's why the marriage between Twitter and Periscope, I think, makes a ton of sense.
How do you keep it fresh? Because you've seen, Periscope has had a rapid ascent. You've left Meerkat in the dust. How do you prevent Periscope becoming the next Meerkat?
We have to innovate. We have to keep building things that people love to use. And that's why I think we're in a really good place to do that, because we're so passionate about our vision and what we want to do. And also we like to sort of philosophically be in a constant state of disappointment around what we've built, because that's what motivates us to keep making it better. So whether that's adding features or making the features we already have better, or creating new discovery tools, like we added a map feature that if you open Periscope, you can zoom in anywhere in the world. Literally, you can zoom into Brazil and see all the broadcasts that are live. They're little red dots on the map, and you can click on them and see what's happening right there. That is a really powerful discovery tool. Imagine the next time there are protests in Baltimore, there's an earthquake in Nepal, or a celebration in San Francisco. You can zoom in and literally discover a place live. So we just need to keep innovating and adding features like that. And if we do, I think that's how we keep Periscope fresh.
Well, it's been great to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Sky News tonight.
Thanks.
How do you keep it fresh? Because you've seen, Periscope has had a rapid ascent. You've left Meerkat in the dust. How do you prevent Periscope becoming the next Meerkat?
We have to innovate. We have to keep building things that people love to use. And that's why I think we're in a really good place to do that, because we're so passionate about our vision and what we want to do. And also we like to sort of philosophically be in a constant state of disappointment around what we've built, because that's what motivates us to keep making it better. So whether that's adding features